Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody back, and some of you for the first time, to the Full Sport Press Podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. And this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I am J-Ho.
It's your boy, Big Jeff.
Weezy in the building. Say what's up. We said,
what it do?
Coach I back in the building. Say what's up. Cam.
What's happening, fellas? What's happening? How's everybody doing?
Making it, Coach.
Good.
Pretty good.
We all are, brother. How was everybody weekend?
Not long enough.
Never.
For sure. Don't y'all go over y'all grandma's house and stuff this year for Thanksgiving. Y'all set it out. Don't go over auntie house. Don't go.
If you still gotta let her live on this Thanksgiving. Damn it.
Talk to him. Hey, boy, you said something. You said right there. You said something. You said what you said.
Boy, Jeff, you've been prophetic these last 2-3 weeks, man. You need to write a Jeff Facts. You got here. Don't forget to enter the Full Sport Press hoodie giveaway to start our weekly FSP newsletter. You've already got a couple of those newsletters if you're already signed up. All you have to do is sign up on the link tree in the bio of the Full Sport Press page, or contact one of us to get a link to sign up. Hey, instead of going over your aunt's house or your uncle's house, sign them up for the FSP newsletter, man. Tell a friend, man. Most definitely. Episode 344, we're handing out winners and losers of the 2020 NBA draft.
FSP style.
Always FSP style.
Better damn know it.
Better damn believe it.
Let's kick it off, man. Best of the week, Jeff. What you got, buddy?
Prophecy fulfilled. LeVar Ball on draft night.
No, what? Your prophecy was number one overall.
No. The prophecy was that he was a lottery pick. When I first came on this show, y'all said the boy wasn't going to be lottery.
You right, Jeff, but then you also said he would be the number one pick. But
I'll address that later on in winners and losers. 50%. But my best of the week is LeVar Ball's hat on draft night. I told you so. You ain't got to say much else.
There you go. Weezy, what you got?
Best of the week for me was the battle this week. Gucci, Jeezy. Took me back to my club days. I used to make it rain, you know what I'm saying? About Chris style and shit. So, I'm joking. That's a good battle. I like to take me back like that. I was singing and Molly went all through the house last night, man. Millie rocking, yeah.
Okay.
Millie rocking all through the house. I like that.
But that wasn't even the dance of choice then. What was the dance of choice?
Back then, probably the Dougie, something like that. Maybe.
No.
2005? They wasn't Dougie?
No.
You almost got a Laffy Taffy, and that's close. That's cutting it close.
That's Laffy Taffy.
That time. Yeah.
You got to throw it up. Catch it.
Yeah, that is. Do it one time. How you do it one more time? How you do that, brother?
Don't play with me. Coach, what you got, man? Best of the week, brother.
Man, my best of the week, man. We started my basketball season, man. We won. So we're 1-0 to start the season off. It's always good to start off 1-0 versus 0-1.
That's right. And my best of the week as well is the Jeezy versus Gucci battle. Just brought back a time, man, in college. It was, at your zenith then, at the peak. At the precipice of your existence, for sure, man. So I'm just happy no one, as we record this podcast, was arrested or killed or anything like that. I just didn't think it was a time that we could see both of those guys in the same building, and we saw that this week, man. So shout out to Versus for that.
Most definitely. Shout out to Compound. Didn't hear anything bad about that for those guys that made it there.
Gee, not yet.
Yeah, everybody got. We haven't heard anything.
No. They got the Rona was floating through that mud. You remember on like old cartoons? You'll see the
green.
That was floating all through there.
We don't know that.
We know that.
Listen, what I'm trying to tell you. I 100% know that the Corona was in there.
We know
like
that.
This, like a wave.
Positive.
Oh, it's gonna be positive Corona test. Definitely.
That's why you gonna take that damn vaccine.
You damn right. I'll drink it. Worst of the week. Weezy, what you got?
Worst of the week, man. On a serious note, man, Cashville, we lost a good person this week. It's been all over the news. Rashid, big guy, big in the sports, all around good person. It took a toll on us this week, man. When we found out the news about that. R.I.P. Rashid.
That was real easy. Now, a listener of the show, shout out to She, man. Had been listening to the podcast from the beginning. So, yeah, man, for sure. Shout out to She, rest in peace. That's a tough one, for sure. Anybody else got words of the week?
I mean, we can make up something. I ain't coming behind that. That's
for sure. Let's stick with that. Yeah, for sure.
That's it.
Yeah, for sure.
Rasheed Walker, say his full name.
Yeah, we gotta say his full name for sure. Rasheed Walker, aka Jose Hustle, aka It Happened, aka Rapid Recovery Rasheed.
Yeah.
Mr.
What else?
Hustle Strong.
Hustle Strong, man. Honest boys always prevail, for sure, man.
Condolences to his family, for sure.
For sure, man.
Now, make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, IG, Stitcher, Spotify, Beyond Pod, YouTube, and, of course, the SoundCloud page to catch up on the full archive of past episodes of FSP. How do you do that? Just search Full Sport Press Podcast. When you get through doing that, make sure you check out the On Deck TV Hip Hop Podcast with Animal Brown and Spike Lee every Wednesday. The latest issue is up. Kind of talk about what we spoke on a little earlier, the Gucci versus Jeezy versus episode. So y'all make sure y'all check that out to see what predictions they had for that. By the time you hear this, both will already be out.
Most definitely, man. 16-4 Jeezy, by the way. Might have been early. Might really 16-3, but
17-3.
Did anybody did Gucci Mane surprise anybody? Like, oh man, he has some good songs. Did it surprise anybody in that battle?
No.
Damn.
No.
Gucci should have went against Chains. That would have been a better matchup.
Chains
matchup wise.
Yeah, Chains would have watched him too.
Yeah.
Gucci, I seen that.
He got to go against them underground people.
Yeah, I seen a tweet that made a lot of sense. That battle was the definition of quality over quantity, and it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeezy cleaned him up.
Yeah. Facts.
But Gucci had a lane. It's a lane for him. He made a lot of money off of it.
Oh, for sure. He's super rich. That jacket was $600 to $800.
Goodness gracious.
Moving on to a jacket, Fresher Than Your Average podcast, man. Featuring my dog Animal Brown, man. Self-help fashion podcast directly related to improving everyday fashion. We have a new FTYA IG live up right now. Pull up on us on the IG page directly for the culture. Wear your kicks, man. Cop responsibly. Also, don't forget the Realville Family Patreon page. We feature FSP as well, On Deck TV as well, and also Fresher Than Your Average. Be on the lookout for more episodes are up. Support the team. Jeff.
Yes, sir.
You have 10 good wrestling seconds.
I sure do. And you high level pod right now, though. That transition is, hey, man. Hey, just saying. Boy can teach a class. I'm just saying. This week's 10 Good Wrestling Seconds is brought to you by Skill Wing Workouts. Make sure you follow them on all social media at Skill Wing. And don't forget to download the Skill Wing app to cover your training needs, receive alerts on the latest drops in athletic wear that they have, and plenty of content to motivate and inspire. And always remember, help us, don't hurt us. All right, y'all. It's the Thanksgiving tradition. Survivor Series weekend. So you know what that means. Another episode of Who Gets the W. Don't keep it short and simple this time. A dream match for myself for tag team supremacy. We got the Street Profits versus the New Day. Coach Locke, who gets the W?
I'm going to go with the Street Profits.
Weezy.
I'm going with the New Day. I need a new day. It's time for a new damn day.
All right. J-Ho?
New Day for sure. Ain't no question.
I'm going Street Profits.
God dog, it means we lost Jay Summer.
All right. And for what should be the main event of the evening, Asuka versus Sasha Banks. That's the Raw Women's Champion versus the SmackDown Women's Champion.
They fight every week, don't they?
Yeah, I feel like I said them Sasha Banks every damn week.
They need to get some more women in there.
Two separate brands.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, let me say it this way. So what Survivor Series is basically every Raw champion, so Monday Night Champion versus every Friday Night SmackDown champion.
Gotcha.
So there you go. So Asuka is on Monday nights. She's the Monday Night Raw Women's Champion. Sasha Banks is the Friday Night SmackDown champion. So who you guys think is a W? Start with you, Jay.
Damn, he moved me first. I'm going with Sasha Banks.
Coach Locke.
Definitely Sasha Banks.
Weezy.
Who's the hottest? Who looks the best?
Oh my God.
Who's the hottest right now?
Yeah.
No, he said who looks the
You
best.
mean as far
man.
as like
Looks.
Yeah.
He's talking
buzz-wise?
looks, Jeff.
He's
Looks
talking
like
looks.
looks.
You talking looks? I ain't answering now.
Don't fall for that, Jeff. Thank you. Don't fall for it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Sasha,
Yeah, I ain't
I'm
gonna
gonna
go.
go. I'm gonna go with Sasha Banks.
Ah,
I like name Banks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Sasha Banks as well. And
Look at that kid.
lastly, the Friday Night SmackDown champion Roman Reigns versus the newly crowned on the odd way of doing it on Monday Night Raw champion Drew McIntyre. Weezy, who gets the W?
Roman Reigns.
Coach Lott,
Roman Reigns.
Jay,
who's the other person? What was the other person? Not Roman Reigns.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, give me Drew McIntyre.
I'm gonna go Roman Reigns. And that is your Survivor Series. Who gets the W? Make sure you tune in. This weekend, we're actually doing a special episode of Survivor Series preview. Shout out to my guy Nick with that great idea. We have a Survivor Series preview loaded up right before the pay-per-view gets started for the 808s and Chair Shots podcast, man. Make sure you check us out.
For sure, man. Now, tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe, but more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
That the Revolution will be podcasting. And before we get started with the first half, Weezy, do you have a yellow box of Cheerios award recipient for the listeners?
Yes. This week's award recipient is Tillman Ferttita.
Yeah. Tillman Ferttita is the owner of the Houston Rockets. Daryl Morey left. Mike D'Antoni left shortly after that. Russell Westbrook and James Harden going, and I quote, "No offense to Steven Silas, but we don't want to start a kid. We're playing for a championship," end quote. So Tillman Ferttita's strong Republican support and donations is one of the things that is contributing to the dissatisfaction. And those two, Russell Westbrook and James Harden, are not the only ones that want out of Houston. Lesser players are of the same mind. There's a revolt going on in Houston, and it looks like it's squared right at Tillman Ferttita. You know why? Because he supports the current president of the United States. Ferttita purchased the Rockets in 2017, but has been a longtime donor to the Republican Party. According to Yahoo Sports, he donated $135,000 to the Trump Victory Campaign, $135,000 to the RNC, and $200,000 to the National Republican Senatorial Committee in 2020. Yes, he is an avid Trump supporter. You let the generational talent walk away from your team because of politics. Not the game, Jeff. Not the game, but politics. We're talking about politics here. Shout out to you, Tillman Ferttita. Let's get that out to him, Weezy.
Yeah, we might hook up the drone for that. Hook up the drone for that.
Yeah, for sure. They might shoot that drone down. I'm gonna be real. He got the big bucks, but yeah, for sure. You can't. It has, when there's smoke, there's fire. When everybody's trying to leave, come on, dog.
Yeah, I mean, some stuff was said that we don't know about.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And he dropped a cool 370,000.
And that's just on record,
right?
Sheesh.
Say it again, on record.
Exactly. For sure. We wonder why Texas is a red state. Tillman Ferttita probably has a lot to do with it. You guys ready to get started the first half?
Do it.
Let's get it.
The first half is underway.
First half, the hottest sports news of the past week, like we do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press podcast. Before we get started, I am Jay Hove.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy. What you do?
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Locke, where can they find you at on social media, my brother?
Man, they can find me on Twitter and IG at Locke_the_great. That's THA. Get at me.
Yeah. What about you, Weezy?
I'm FSP_Weezy on IG, and I'm at How Weezy on. No, I'm FSP_Weezy on Twitter, and I'm at How Weezy. Oh my God. I'm at FSP_Weezy on Twitter. I'm at How Weezy on IG. Holla at me. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, sure. Clock in. Jeff, what you got?
Jay Easley 84 across all social media platforms.
Sure, man. And I'm Jay Hove on Instagram and Twitter. Find me on Twitter for a conversation. Weezy, let's see. You got a 3 and out, right?
I do. This week's
Yeah.
3. I asked for 5, but they gave me 3 locks. So here we go. Number 1, Big Ben, man, 27-46, 4 touchdowns, 333 yards in the win over Cincinnati. Big Ben, they keep saying Russell Wilson, Big Ben might be MVP. A lot of people don't realize it. Number 2, number 2, 22 for 33, 118 passing yards and 1 touchdown. But a win for Cam Newton. So I had to put him up there. He won in a damn driving rainstorm that I wouldn't have been out there playing. I would have told Coach, I'm not playing. Y'all go ahead. I'm not playing in that. And number 3, Kyler Murray, D-Hop, 52-yard touchdown to win the game last week. And I absolutely ran through the house like I was in heaven. You hear me? Shout out to Kyler Murray. Shout out to DeAndre Hopkins. But just, coming through. That's my 3 and out.
Speaking of threes, that was over 3 defenders. 3 Pro Bowl defenders.
Hey, Jeff. I see you, Jeff. I see you, Jeff.
Man. That hurt right there, man. Our 3 best defenders.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Was it more Kyler Murray or was it more DeAndre Hopkins?
This DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins. It had shit to do with Kyler Murray.
It was a solid throw.
Wait. Quarterback in the NFL can throw that ball down the field 50 yards like that.
Wait. So Kyler Murray didn't avoid a sack. He didn't avoid a sack. He didn't run out of a sack.
Yeah, no, you gotta give him credit for that.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: somebody else would have just thrown it a little earlier instead of doing all that. That's it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have had time, Jay. They wouldn't have had. I'm not.
And that is 3 and out with Weezy. We appreciate that, Weezy.
Goodness gracious.
Jeff, you are up with the FSP Fantasy Football Breakdown.
Oh boy! All right, fellas, it's week 11. Who's getting rough? Start with myself. Winston's eye exam at the 5 and 5. Towing the line. It's getting ugly for us. Going to get TB12 memory loss at 7 and 3. We had a tough start to our week on Thursday night, so we're in the hole right now. We need this win, fantasy football guys. We need this win. Let's move on. The preseason champs. Shout out to Shane at 4 and 6. We're going against Can't Start Mike at 2 and 8. Somebody's got to win, baby. Somebody's got to win. Right then, we got Vandalay International. Shout out to Reagan. He's paying attention, guys. Got another win. Going against Weezy, you choose a side. Weezy's projected to win that, but again, Reagan's paying attention. Move on to Show Me Them TDs. One time for Paul Ham. I know he's listening. Coming off a tough L last week. Going against Now Watch God, Sean Wash, who played Cole Beasley against me, guys. Played Cole Beasley against me and got the W. And yeah, that hurt. Now Watch God is projected to win that one, but Show Me Them TDs is somehow being competitive this year with his draft that happened. So we're gonna see how that turns out for him. A Royale with the Cheese is coming off his second straight loss at 6 and 4, going against Coach Wayman and Coach's Corner at 4 and 6. A Royale with the Cheese jumped out on Coach though, so I don't know how Coach gonna be able to catch up on this one. And lastly, shout out to AB at 9 and 1, running roughshod over the league. Kanye for 2024, going against Big Draco. Big Draco's 5 and 5, but Big Draco's projected to win this one, y'all. We'll see how it turns out. And that is your week 11 fantasy football update.
Fantasy getting a little spicy, man.
Sure is.
Weezy, are you feeling good about your playoff chances?
I don't know. I don't want 4 in a row, so I got to just keep winning.
For sure. Just keep on winning. Keep on fighting.
W's.
Yeah, keep getting W's for sure. Let's move on, man. Let's talk some NBA trades. Sheesh. James Harden, we talked about the first half. Well, not in the first half, in the intro of the show. He reportedly wants out of Houston and is named the Brooklyn Nets as one of his preferred destinations, guys. Now, he apparently wants to leave Houston so bad that he turned down a contract extension that would have made him the first player in the league to earn $50 million per year. Harden reportedly declined a 2-year, $103 million extension on top of the I think, 3-year, $133 million contract that was left on the table. The question I have for you guys, should Brooklyn pull the trigger?
In today's NBA, man, if a player wants out, you almost gotta let them go because it don't look good They cause chemistry. They cause turmoil in the locker room. You almost got to let them go. See what you can get for them. I would, anyways.
From a basketball standpoint, this move doesn't make sense. Like, if I'm Brooklyn, I don't think I do that. You got to give up too much to get him. And then your backcourt is basically the Spider-Man meme looking at each other. Like, I don't see how you make that work. So, no. But to James Harden's defense, you know how bad you gotta want to be out of a place to turn down $50 million a year? Dog.
Yeah, but we can't forget about that good money he getting on that Adidas contract. Adidas pay him good.
It ain't about paying him good. It's the fact that it's still $50 million. And you agree, Jeff? I don't see how it will work in Brooklyn with Kyrie and James Harden in the backcourt because both of them are ball dominant. They want the ball in their hands the whole time. Neither one of them makes the other person better. Neither one of them makes anybody else better on the team. So I don't think it will work. If I'm the Rockets, hell yes, I'm trying to do this. Get them out of here. We can get all the stuff that Brooklyn is giving up. We can start over, blow it up. So from the Rockets standpoint, yes, I'm trying to make this work. From Brooklyn's standpoint, I don't see it doing it. I don't think they should do it.
Hell no, Brooklyn shouldn't do this. Why not try to see if KD and Kyrie can actually work together? Let's start there. Let's play a game there. They haven't played a game together. Factor in like the offseason moves that they've already done, giving Joe Harris $75 million. It would leave the Nets sorely lacking in the three major spots in sports as far as basketball is concerned: depth, defense, and diversity on offense. Just like Jeff and Locke mentioned, that's the same offense that you're bringing in, and you already have that problem right now. They should be or should have tried to trade for Drew Holiday. That would have been somebody perfectly fitting in as an adequate third wheel with all-star appearances and a defensive resume that outweighs the entire roster. Brooklyn's best bet is to stick to the original plan, fix the defense, maintain that depth, and add a third option on its terms, not James Harden. That's not gonna work, bro. It's not.
My question to you guys is it set in stone you have to have a big three to win a championship in the NBA now?
We just
mean,
that's just has it.
The Lakers didn't have a big three.
Yeah, they had LeBron James.
Still ain't a big three.
Toronto had a big one.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have a big three.
Nope. You gotta have depth. You gotta play defense.
Shoot.
All right. Keep it in with the NBA. Wednesday in Southern California, while playing with several NBA players in Los Angeles, Klay Thompson suffered a season-ending tear to his right Achilles tendon. This comes after Thompson missed all of last season after tearing the ACL in his left knee during Game 6 of the 2019 NBA Finals against the Toronto Raptors. Does this put an end to the Warriors' run for the NBA?
No, I don't think it puts an end to their run. I think it hurts them a lot because not only just for Klay by itself, he had to go through that mentally again. And if we go back, rest in peace, Kobe. That's what Kobe had to go through twice. He said, "You know what? I'm done. I'm not going to do this shit no more." 200 back to back is rough. And let's talk about it from a team standpoint for basketball. You got to remember, Steph, he's not the healthiest person in the world either. He gets hurt every single year too. So I mean, they got to be thinking about that too. So I don't think it's the end for him, but it definitely puts a damper. Like they're gonna have to go. Steve Kerr gonna have to coach. He can't just run. He gonna have to coach this year. He's gonna mix some stuff up. You know, we got to show his X's and O's.
Unless Steve Kerr magically unlocks Andrew Wiggins, finds what everyone thought was there, unless he does that, it's over with. It's done. Good night, Irene. Trade Steph now, rebuild, and do what you can. Because it's over with. Like, no, I mean, I know y'all, I mean, I think I don't like Steph. It's all good. But get what you can get for Steph right now. Rebuild around Wiseman. Get what you can get for Draymond right now. Build around Wiseman. You got to. You have no other choice.
Jesus Christ. That's a knee-jerk reaction if I ever heard one. To be clear, they still have Stephen Curry. They still have Draymond Green. They bring in Andrew Wiggins, who can play, and they bring in Kelly Oubre, who's improved every year he's been in the NBA. To be clear, Stephen Curry has nothing to prove to anyone except for Jeff. His accolades kind of speak for themselves. He's in the pantheon of all-time greats at the point guard position. But this is another chance, a real chance. Last year wasn't a real chance to kind of silence the doubters that, are Jeff and everybody else. This season can be a true reminder of how great he really is. How quickly people forget that his 2014 season sparked the run. They disregard a 50, 40, 90 year that he was unanimously chosen MVP. And they brush off the sacrifice that he did to bring Kevin Durant there. If that was anybody else, they would have praised him for being, a person that wants to win more titles and not being the only guy. It's the reason why people are in trouble now in a lot of these teams. And in his final NBA career, he's averaging 26, 6, and 4. Did you guys know that? He's shooting 40% from 3 in the finals. My boy will have the Warriors in the top 4 in the Western Conference and win MVP. Book it.
Being done.
Can I respond to that a lot?
Go ahead.
I'm not saying they won't make the playoffs. I'm not saying that team won't be a 4 or 5, maybe even a 3 seed. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying as far as that team was built to win championships. They want to win a championship. That is over with. That is done. Get it out. There's no reason to worry about this. You can go be a 4th seed anywhere. You're not winning a chip.
Yeah, will they be in the finals this year?
They will lose in the second round. Book it.
Ooh.
Done depends on what you consider being done. If you consider being a dynasty and winning multiple championships again, they may be. But if you consider them being done, not making it playoffs, that's not done. They're definitely going to make the playoffs. They're going to be one of the top teams in the West. Don't know if they'll make it to the finals, but they will make a run in the playoffs because the Oubre pickup is going to be huge. No, he's not Klay Thompson. He doesn't shoot the ball like Klay Thompson, but he still gives you another threat, and he's going to be able to play defense. Not as good as Klay Thompson, but you still have this Steph. You still have Draymond. You still have the Kerr, who's going to coach. He's coached every year he's been there. Weezy, you saying that Steve Kerr needs going to have to coach this year, pull out his X and O's? He's done that. Steve Kerr is a good coach. Has he had the benefit of having Kevin Durant and Steph and Draymond and Klay? Yes, he has. But he has made some adjustments that he had to make in order to win those championships. So are the Warriors done? No, I don't think they're done.
Now, what my thing when I say about coaching is he's not going to be able to coach this year and get a top 3 seed in the West. It's not like, how Pop, he had to, like, when Pop on his down years of the Spurs, he had to coach and get to that, I want to get this seed, so I want to play that team. Steve Kerr going to do that this year. He's going to have to do that. He got to do some in-season coaching. He can't, like you said, he can't rely on his talent this year. Kevin Durant's gone. If Kevin Durant was still there, they wouldn't even be worried about Klay.
All right, let's move back to the NFL, guys. Weezy, we're going to jump into one of your wheelhouses. Talk some bed odds.
Uh-oh.
So since week 2 of the NFL season, Russell Wilson has been your favorite to win the NFL MVP. But since then, there's some new favorites around here. Patrick Mahomes is now a plus 180 to win the MVP, with Wilson being now, at last time I checked, a plus 225, Aaron Rodgers a plus 300, and Kyler Murray a plus 550. And if you want to just throw in my guy, Buffalo Bill, and everyone else loves him, Josh Allen, he's at a plus 2,000. All right. With everything I just said, guys, the NFL MVP race is tightening up. Who do you think's going to win?
Well, the way that Patrick Mahomes is playing right now, it's kind of hard. He's been overshadowed for some reason because Russell Wilson started so hot. He's been overshadowed, but that one interception with 18, 19 touchdowns, I forgot what he has. It's hard to beat. But Russell Wilson, he hit a drought. He hit a drought. And let Russ Cook hit a drought.
Yeah, Russell Wilson was a runaway with this until he started throwing those interceptions. So Pat Mahomes comes in the door, and now he has a chance. He has 25 touchdowns, Weezy. But Russell Wilson might have saved himself the way he played this last game. He came out, he bounced back. He might have built himself a far enough lead where he can finish the race if he just continues to play without throwing multiple interceptions the rest of the way. He still will have a chance to win this because he still has a chance to win the best division in football. So if I had to put my money on it, I would still go with Russell Wilson.
Yep, the award favors quarterbacks. I think they won 45 of the 65 awards. So you got to stick with Russell Wilson. Despite a bad stretch, like everybody mentioned, he still leads the league in touchdowns, yards per game, and is fourth in completion percentage, and with one of the worst defenses in NFL history. So here's the thing. This is the good thing about him. Like Locke mentioned, he's in the best conference, in the best division. On top of that, Wilson and the Seahawks, they have an easy schedule the rest of the way. They play the Jets, in addition to 3 out of the 4 NFC East teams. So smooth sailing for the rest of the year for Russell Wilson, MVP.
I'm gonna play it safe, man. I think Russell allowed the pack to catch him, and I think Pat Mahomes runs away with it at this point. I spot you one bad defense, Jay, with Seattle, and another bad defense with Kansas City, and their quarterback is somehow getting them out of so many jams all season. So I do think, depending on how it goes with the Raiders, I think Pat Mahomes pulls away with it.
Kyler Murray still is in the running, I think.
Yeah,
he's in the running. But
he's in the running.
I'm just saying, if y'all saying that's the best division in football, and if Russ wins it, he wins. What if Kyler wins it?
Kyler wins MVP.
They very well could win the division.
Still can.
They won't though. You guys ready to get started with halftime?
Let's do it.
We're at the midway point. Enjoy all of the halftime festivities.
Halftime. In case you missed it, the Miami Marlins are hiring Kim Ng as their new general manager, making her Major League Baseball's first female GM. Now, Ng's 51 years old, was most recently served as MLB's senior vice president of baseball operations for the past 9 years. She had also served as the assistant general manager for the New York Yankees and the LA Dodgers, working with teams that made the playoffs 8 times and won 3 World Series titles. Now, Ng, who broke into baseball as an intern, also spent time with the Chicago White Sox front office and will be the highest-ranking woman in baseball operations among the league's 30 teams, and is believed to be the first female GM in any of the 4 major North American men's sports leagues. Are the Marlins on to something?
Can't hurt. Definitely can't hurt from where they come. It can't hurt.
We just can't say that. Just try that again. You can't say it can't hurt. That's just like saying,
go
You
ahead.
can't say that was sexist as hell. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, they're doing. Yeah, it's great. Hell yeah, man. I love to see a woman. Yeah, absolutely. That's wonderful, dude. Absolutely, 100%. I'm all for it.
You're so full of shit. You know what? As long as this wasn't a press grab, this is dope. This is an awesome step forward. They're taking a chance because we know how locker rooms, we know how sports can be. So they're taking a chance, and I think it's a dope idea as long as it wasn't a press grab.
Yeah, I don't think it was a press grab. She's been in the baseball circles for a while. She's done a lot of different things. So this is good for baseball. Just hope she can continue to get the Miami Marlins back to where they want to be.
I will say, let me say something real quick. I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve it. I'm just saying as long as it was given to her the right way on their standpoint. She deserves the job, absolutely. She did everything she was supposed to do. But I'm talking about from this team standpoint, they're not doing it for a press grab.
Yeah, the Marlins are definitely on to something. I think Jeter was baseball's first black CEO after his group bought the Marlins in 2017. He then hired Caroline O'Connor, who's a senior vice president for the Marlins. And I think he's adding on Miss Ng as well to kind of complete the cipher. And the Marlins they played great the entire baseball season. So they're rebuilding the right way, and it's all led by Derek Jeter. And now he has two great women helping him lead the way, for sure.
Oh, Jeter.
Oh, Jeter. He did it the right way. The ultimate professional. There's never been a professional sports figure like Derek Jeter. Did it the right way as a player.
Yeah.
And now as he's retired, he's just knocking it out of the park again, for sure.
Are you saying he did it the right way on and off the court?
You damn right. You damn right. On and off the court Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
First ballot.
First ballot.
They might name the award the Derek Jeter Award.
For the on the court and off the court award?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be the Derek Jeter Award. You're right.
Ain't no question.
Definitely.
You're right.
Woo. And if you don't know, do some research on Jeter, for sure. Number two.
If you don't know, go get your signed baseball. That's what you're gonna do. Go get your autographed baseball from Derek Jeter.
I mean, you guys ready to get started the second half?
Yeah.
That's what
Jesus
you
Christ.
go get your
Snitches
autographed
get
baseball.
That was funny.
The second half is underway.
Second half, the 2020 NBA draft winners and losers show 344. Moving on up, fellas. Before we get started, I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy, what to do?
It's your man, Coach Locke.
What's wrong with him, Locke?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
The whirlwind known as me and Jeff's and Locke's favorite times the NBA offseason is finally underway and started with the 2020 NBA draft. After a 5-month delay, the kickoff of the 2020 NBA season finally happened. When it came with some surprises, good and bad. One of the most talked about nights of the entire year for basketball nerds around the world. Fans have a lot of questions about how teams around the league perform. Episode 344, we're analyzing the winners and losers from Wednesday's evening's draft. Let's start off with some winners, man. Weezy, you going first. You got a winner?
Yeah, I actually got a winner. That it's basketball related, but it's not on the court. It's LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball's a winner. He said what he wanted. He said he was going to do, and he did it. Yeah. Some people say, "Oh, he's nuts." I thought he was nuts too, but shut me up. I ain't gonna talk about his ass no more. He did what he's supposed to do. He said he was going. He said he had 3 boys, but he got 2 out of 3. We'll give him that. 2 out of 3 is better than 1 all day long.
He might look up on that third boy on a half and half. What they call the split G League and NBA League? Two-way contract. He might look up on that third boy too. I'm gonna keep it where you are, Weezy. My first winner is the prophecies fulfilled. The Charlotte Hornets. They drafted LaMelo Ball, excuse me. But to be in all honesty, the great thing about this is he gets to develop. He gets to go to a franchise that doesn't have championship aspirations or doesn't have he has to come in and save them right now. He gets a chance to develop over this COVID year and over the next year and become a player that I think will be an all-star by year 3. So shout out to LaMelo, man. Prove me right, buddy. Prove me right.
Yeah, you're gonna need that help, boy.
My bad. My question, real quick, is:
Why?
Is this the best? Is this the best player that Jordan ever drafted?
We don't know yet.
Best prospect.
Best prospect? I don't think so.
Kwame was the best prospect, right?
Highest rated, yeah.
Yeah, highest rated, yeah. I would say, yeah.
Okay.
My first winner, the Philadelphia 76ers. Ben Simmons has a track record of getting injured, and they needed a point guard, and they got Tyrese Maxey out of Kentucky, a feisty, tenacious scorer. He's a point of attack defender who averaged 14 points per game as a freshman. They also packaged shooting guard Josh Richardson along with the 36th pick and sent him to Dallas in exchange for Seth Curry, who's a certified spot-up shooter. And they got him for a steal because they only have to give him $24.5 million over the next 3 years. So they got some shooters for Philadelphia that they needed. So I have the Philadelphia 76ers as a winner.
Yep, I have the 76ers as well. But it's more of Daryl Morey. He wasted little time as basically undoing Elton Brand's work from last summer. Got rid of that Al Horford contract. You bring in shooters to put around Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Hey, man, a theoretical lineup, Curry in a situation at the 2, he can shoot, bro. He can shoot at a high level. People don't realize his shooting percentage is higher than Steph's. I know it's at a smaller rate as far as usage rate, but he can really shoot, man. And you add in Tyrese Maxey. Listen, you figure out a way to get the best part of this entire thing. You got rid of that Al Horford contract. How in the hell did he get rid of that Al Horford contract?
Maxey's my guy. We got that. Okay. All right.
Another winner, Weezy. Who you got?
Another winner for me was the Minnesota Timberwolves, man. Anthony Edwards. Because the media tried to trick him out that spot so much by taking LaMelo Ball, and they didn't do it. You heard about his maturity issues, and they still stuck it out, and they needed that. I think it's the best thing happened to him because Andrew Wiggins didn't pan out for him. So here we go. Anthony Edwards. I think I got them for a winner.
I'm gonna go with Sam Presti at Oklahoma City. They just do this well. Like they know how to get picks, know how to get chess pieces, basically. Yeah, the Al Horford trade is one thing. You take on that contract, but you're not paying anybody else. So you can absorb the Al Horford trade right now. So I think with them getting all those pieces and having all those pieces going forward, and you think about what you got back for Paul George and what you got back for Russell Westbrook a couple of years before, Oklahoma City's in a great spot, man. Great spot to going forward and be a contender the next 2 to 3 years, baby.
I also had the Minnesota Timberwolves. Besides taking Anthony Edwards at number 1, Rosa swung a deal with the Thunder that sent out the number 17th pick in exchange for a package deal to get Ricky Rubio, who had been in Minnesota before. And also as part of that package deal, they were traded away to the Knicks, which got them the number 23 pick, which got them Leandro Bolmaro, a 6'7" Argentinian point forward who plays in Barcelona. And they got a 6'9" wing in Jaden McDaniels at number 28. So they are starting to add more and more pieces to that young team that's going to allow them to grow.
For sure, man. My next winner is Leonard Hamilton and Penny Hardaway. They had 2 players go in the lottery, man. While Hardaway was the former coach, Wiseman at number 2, and Precious Achunwa at number 20. Florida State and Memphis are fruit from, dude, they're not blue blood schools at all. But you look at the things that Leonard Hamilton did at 100 years old, and he has 3 people go. That's insane, man. Patrick Williams, Devin Vassell in the first round, man. A year ago, Penny Hardaway had the number 1 recruiting class led by Wiseman and Achunwa. This can only help his recruiting furthermore. And Leonard Hamilton, who the hell even knew he had NBA players on his team last year? Great job, Leonard Hamilton.
You called him 100.
Yeah, Leonard Hamilton been coaching for a long
I know.
time.
It's just, I'm sorry.
No, for sure.
Hey,
got another winner, man. What you got, Weezy?
We knew that. Hold on. We knew he had NBA talent, man. They would pick to be one of the top teams to make a deep run in the NCAA tournament. We knew they had won it for sure.
But here's the thing, Coach. If we're talking about lottery picks, you're talking about I haven't heard anybody say anything about Patrick Williams as a lottery pick.
No, that's true. That's true.
During the basketball season. So after, now granted he could. Well, I'm gonna talk about Patrick Williams. We're gonna Weezy, who you guys another winner?
Another one for me was James Wiseman, man. James Wiseman and the Golden State Warriors, man. Not only as a great pick, I just hope that he realizes that the spotlight's not on him yet. It's not. He really can go in there and just be a great player and not have to do too much and still be good on that team. By them losing Clay, the pressure's like not on him. It's on Steph and him. All he got to do now is just play his role. He don't have to be the man for the first time ever in his life. Just go out there and learn and just be a good ball player.
I had James Wiseman in Golden State as well, for some of the things Weezy said. But, piggyback off of that, I'll say another winner for me also was Obi Toppin in the Knicks. You got a kid that's going to come there and push your franchise. To me, there's a kid that's going to come in and make you reevaluate those picks you made before him. Like, you may say RJ or Kevin Knox or, hell, even Julius Randle, who's, he going to fill the stat sheet, but, whatever. Now you got somebody there to where you say, you know what, we might be able to blow this up again and start here. This is our piece to start with. Shout out to Obi Toppin, man. I know when you say what you got to say, he came out of nowhere. Some people say, how did he come out of nowhere? But this is one of those kids I would really want to see play NBA basketball.
My next winner, the Sacramento Kings, getting Tyrese Halliburton, who brings size, playmaking skills. He's great on defensive, and he's versatile. And he's going to go along with De'Aaron Fox, who just signed a big boy contract. And they might wind up keeping Buddy Hield. So that's going to be even better for Buddy Hield because now you have two guards that can attack and let Buddy Hield just catch and shoot the ball. Tyrese's ability to work on and off the ball should allow him to find ways to contribute in all kinds of ways. And he'll give Walton the flexibility to keep multiple high-level creators on the court, even if Bogdanovic does wind up leaving in free agency. They also got Robert Wood II and Jameis Ramsey as a part of potential two-way contributors with mid-second round picks. So the Kings got some nice picks in this.
I got the Nuggets, man. They made a habit of getting great value in the draft without owning any top 10 picks. They did it in 2018, getting the best player in that draft, Michael Porter Jr. At number 14. Hello. Then you take a chance with Bol in the second round last year, and you get another steal this year with R.J. Hampton. If R.J. Hampton would have went to Kansas like how he said he was going to go, he would probably been a lock for a lottery pick. He was number 5 player in the entire country. So you get to a spot where you can get him for a great value pick like that at 24. Denver's, I think they have one of the best development teams as far as the NBA. And to get a player like RJ Hampton, man, for free, that's 24. It's free, y'all. That's great, man. Denver's doing a great job. Anybody else have another winner?
Yeah, I got one more last winner from me.
Okay.
Saban Lee, number 38 draft pick from Vanderbilt, goes to Utah Jazz. Sneaky pick. People say they want to. He got 3 highlights that I've seen myself that can match any highlight I've seen this year. He can flat out play. He can flat out play. Go ahead, Jay. You got something to say? Go ahead.
I'm just trying to figure out if he's gonna make the team or not. That's all.
Yeah, he gonna make the team. You had to say that. But yeah. Saban Lee, man. It's my last winner.
I got ESPN for all the backlash they took, for that NFL draft, for all those sob stories and the backgrounds and all this stuff. They did a better job projecting positivity into the draft with the NBA players. I think they listened. I mean, it may have been some sad stories sprinkled in, but it wasn't everybody they didn't make sure to focus in on that when they told these stories, and I really appreciate that.
All right. My next winner, I have the Detroit Pistons. They selected French guard Killian Hayes with the 7th overall pick. That brings a combination of size, playmaking talent, and shooting ability that could make him a lead guard. They took advantage of the capped out hell space in Houston, sending their 16 protected future pick to the Rockets for the number 16 pick and a veteran in Trevor Ariza. They also took Washington big man Isaiah Stewart to go with Doumbia. And those two, they were limited. His injuries kind of kept him off the floor in college. But he also flipped Kennard, who's a pretty good scorer and playmaker, but had been limited with injuries, to a 3-way deal with the Clippers that sent Landry Shamet to the Knicks, and they got the 19th pick, which they wound up getting Sadiq Bey with, who's a 3-and-D guy from Villanova. So I have the Pistons as a winner.
Most definitely, man. My last winner is LeVar Ball. I hate LeVar Ball. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things you can say. He's banned from ESPN. He doesn't really do interviews anymore. But you can't deny that he did a great job raising sons and developing their skills on the basketball court. You have a son to go number 2 overall in 2017, and youngest son going number 3 to the Hornets on Wednesday night. 2 sons in the top 3. A black man raising black kids in this world, something to clap for, man, because that's huge. To see, his prophecies fulfilled, hey, for sure. A lot of people don't have 2 top 5 kids coming out of their household, man. So, again, man, congratulations, LeVar Ball. That's something he can definitely hang his hat on.
I have one more winner. Nobody else does.
Go ahead.
Patrick Williams. You spoken a little earlier.
Sorry.
No one expected him to be a lottery player, and he went to the Bulls at number 4. The guy, they wouldn't even know if he was going to be starting in college, you know. But clearly, he did something that convinced the Bulls that he was the player to pick. So they must think they can develop his skills and become something special. But you got to go with Patrick Williams as a winner here when you're not predicted to go lottery and you wound up going number 4 in the draft.
I got to talk about him in a second. We got some losers. Let's move right along. Everybody good with the winners?
Yeah.
Yep. Let's go into some losers. Weez, what you got? First loser for you.
My first loser is, and it's not his fault, but Obi Toppin going to the Knicks. It's not a good franchise. It just doesn't seem to work well for rookies. And he's one of them players that busted on the scene out of nowhere and had a great year in college, and then he's gonna go to a bad team. He's just gonna disappear. I just don't. I don't like that pick. I don't like. It's not his fault. It's a lot of pressure on that man to go to a bad franchise and the rookie in today's NBA with all that talent and be the man. Yeah, it's rough.
I'll go. My first loser is the blue blood schools, the blue blood college basketball schools. Those 6 schools not having a lottery pick. Excuse me. Like that is nuts when you think about it. But then if you actually can remember the college basketball season, which seems like 5 years ago now, but when you really think about how the season was going, they didn't have the talent, that were considered to be. Unless you talk about my guy Maxey, that were considered to be lottery pick. So I would say the blue blood schools is my first loser.
My first loser is someone that they won on draft night, but they also lost on draft night. The Golden State Warriors. You going into draft night, getting ready to take the number 2 pick, and you find out that one of your main players tears his Achilles. They go from being one of the favorites to win the finals to a team who will win 50-ish games and make a run in the playoffs, but they won't make the finals. Yes, they got a great pick in Wiseman, but instead of him adding to the team and anchoring the post while playing in the finals, they'll be lucky to make it to the Western Conference Finals. Now, they did get Oubre. That is going to help. But be sitting in your draft room and you get a phone call saying that Klay Thompson tears Achilles had to be a downer for that draft room.
Most definitely, man. That's tough. I'm matching Jeff, those powerhouse programs. The top half of the first round, you usually see players full of traditional powerhouses, such as Kansas, Duke, Kentucky, North Carolina. In fact, Kentucky entered Wednesday is the only program to have a player drafted in the top 10. That's insane, man. And that's 10 consecutive drafts. That's something. That streak ended this year, man. 0 players from Kansas, Kentucky, Duke, and North Carolina winning the lottery since 2000. So the lack of high picks from these schools could impact recruiting at all. I think kids are understanding, hey, I can get drafted and go be the man at Mississippi State or Florida State or Dayton, per se, instead of going to Duke or North Carolina and being one of the men. All the Duke kids, all the North Carolina kids, we only had 1 player drafted in the entire damn draft. Those kids don't have to go into a situation where they go there, man. So I think we'll see recruiting spread out a little bit more, for sure. Another loser, Weezy, what you got?
One of those for me was my boy Cassius Winston, man. He went from he went from like being projected to go to the Lakers to going to the Wizards. And Wizards in turmoil right now. John Wall don't want to be there. It's gonna be hard to develop there. He better become real good friends with Bradley Beal. And Bradley Beal's on fire right now. He's gonna be the man. So he might switch up a little bit himself. So I hate that from boy Cassius Winston. I hate that.
My next loser, I would say, is NBA GMs. Let's do it that way. For not making, I thought we would have saw a lot of movement in this draft for trades simply because of the uncertainty of where these players are development wise, because you didn't get to see a full season of college basketball. So I thought we would have saw a trade for the number one. I thought we would have saw a trade for the number 1 position for someone like Detroit or someone like or maybe even the Knicks or someone trying to move up to get a better pick. But we didn't see that though. I was kind of caught off guard by that.
My next loser is the Milwaukee Bucks. After 2 trades, the Bucks had a potential starting 5 of Drew Holiday, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Brook Lopez. You're talking about a group that's big, athletic, versatile, and they're loaded with two-way players. And on paper, it could have been considered the best lineup in the East. Antetokounmpo would have had 4 shooters around him, and the Bucks would have had plus defenders at 4 positions on the court. But as of now that we're recording this, it is on hold because Bogdanovich has reportedly plans to test the free agency instead of going to Milwaukee as part of the signing trade agreement with Sacramento Kings. Now, something like this is rare, but it's possible the guild gets put back together. But that's going to hurt the Bucks because they parted ways with 3 first-round picks and 2 pick swaps to get Jrue Holiday because Antetokounmpo was weighing whether he wants to accept that Supermax contract. So if this deal falls through, that's going to be a big deal for the Bucks.
He's just signed an offer sheet with the Hawks, so it ain't looking good. Yep, my loser should have led with this shit. The Chicago Bulls. We took Patrick Williams with the number 4 pick, much higher than anybody expected. Most mock drafts, huge risk for my Bulls. He's a tremendous athlete for sure, but he didn't start at Florida State last season. Shot 32% from 3. He does have an amazing upside as far as a playmaker and a defender, but we don't necessarily need upside players. I thought there were players that could have been drafted right there as far as need picks, like Denny Avdija. But at the same time, this is something that we do. If you see somebody just come out of nowhere in a draft, I've seen it happen with Michael Olowokandi, seen Anthony Bennett, and I also saw it with Derek Williams. We didn't know that they were going to go top 3, top 4, number 1 overall. And they ended up not playing in NBA and just being regular role players in NBA. And unfortunately, I think the Bulls did this again, as we always do with our first round picks with Patrick Williams.
Well, my next loser was the Bucks, like Locke said. So I'm not gonna go pay it back. I'm just gonna pay back on what he said. I ain't gonna repeat that.
All right. So I'm a little hesitant to kind of, when I pick my losers, to kind of go at these kids. I think because we didn't get to see that full season of college basketball and see them develop how we wanted to, I'm going to hold out a little bit. But my next loser, I'm going to say, kind of sticking with that same theme, is not having summer league, not having a full training camp. And some of these kids, basically, this is going to be like a gap year. You know what I mean? Because you're drafting kids basically at 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, lottery pick kids that you're going to have to stash away because they're not going to be able to immediately play because they're not going to be ready for the NBA because they're not going to be able to develop on the normal pace, and it's just going to suck to see. So I would say not having the summer league, not having a full training camp. That's one of my toughest losses right now.
Loser for me is Julius Randle. There have been reports that he won't be in New York long since Leon Rose took over. And with the Knicks selecting Obi Toppin, another offensive first, undersized big man, that doesn't help Julius Randle's chances. The number 8 pick seems to make more likely, which means Julius Randle will probably be on the move again. So I have Julius Randle as a loser.
Yep, another loser for me is the Celtics. They're trying to be the best team in the Eastern Conference. They need a few pieces to add around Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to get there. I don't think they did that with this draft. If you have 3 first-round picks, a lot of draft analysts, when they drafted Peyton Pritchard at 26, was rather questionable. He's not an NBA player. He can't help you immediately. This is a team that needs pieces that can help immediately. Peyton Pritchard cannot help you immediately. Nothing against what he did in college, but a 4-year lead guard in the Pac-12, and then you add on that with Naismith, we don't even have to talk about him. I think it's a situation where you trade some of those picks and get players that are actually already cemented in the NBA. There's no way that I'm doing that if I have the pieces that I have with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, who I think is a top 10 player in the NBA. And you get Peyton Pritchard to help him out? Peyton Pritchard? Listen, you want to... I don't like that kid. Never mind. I was about to say, you know what?
I know where you're going. I know. And to kind of piggyback off of that, I have Boston as my final loser as well. It's simply because I don't think they didn't have a plan B. You had all those resources, all those chess pieces, all those picks, and you didn't get Anthony Davis, and you didn't have a plan B on what to do with him. And that's where we landed with getting people like Peyton Pritchard. Now I do like the Naismith pick. I like that pick. I think that kid he's gonna be a heck of a shooter. I like that pick, and he's gonna be able to work with that team. But I feel like at the end of the day, they didn't have a plan B and didn't know what they want to do with that.
The curse of Isaiah Thomas will reign supreme with the Boston Celtics for sure.
So I'm gonna go out and say it. And before y'all, I know Jay's gonna say that's your man. No, it's not. We're not gonna let you do that. Peyton Pritchard is not as bad as y'all making him seem. He's not.
But you'll never average 10 points a game in the NBA.
Don't get it wrong. I'm not saying he was worth the 26th draft pick. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is he's not as bad. Y'all are completely killing the kid like he can't play.
He's Kyle Guy. You go look at Kyle Guy. Kyle Guy is a better basketball player than him, and he played in the G League the entire NBA season last year. He's Kyle Guy.
I'm just saying he's not as bad as y'all are making it seem.
Just you wait. You know what, Coach?
Nope. You're not going to do it. Nope, you're not going to do it.
That's your man.
Hell
I got another loser, but that's your man.
Hell no. See, that's why I said that before. Because I knew. Just as I say somebody's not as bad as you're making it seem doesn't mean that's my guy. Not at all. My guy just signed a big dog contract.
Oh,
that's my guy. De'Aaron Fox is not my guy.
That's your man.
Okay. I'm finna say what Weezy?
Every Kentucky player that came out the last 3 years is your guy.
Jay, did I not tell you about a guy before?
No, you like De'Aaron Fox.
Before he got to Kentucky.
De'Aaron Fox. I give you that.
You like De'Aaron Fox.
Thank you. No, hell no, Weezy. You tried to play me. Hell no. I called him before he went to Kentucky.
I got another loser. Anybody else got another loser?
Go ahead, Jay.
Okay. Go ahead, Lock, then I'll bring up the rear.
Terry Rozier. In the summer of 2019, he joined the Hornets in a sign and trade deal, expecting to be their starting point guard. Instead, he wound up sharing that backcourt with Devontae Graham with the breakout he has. Now you have another guard coming in Ball, which is probably going to end up being the Devontae Graham Ball show in the background. In the backcourt, excuse me. So Terry Rozier could be not doing the things he was expecting to do when he joined the Hornets. So I have Terry Rozier as a loser.
Yeah, I have Terry Rozier or Devontae Graham. You have LaMelo Ball as the face of the Hornets. But you brought in Rozier to be the face of the Hornets. So I don't see how they can play all three of them. I think, Terry Rozier and Devontae Graham shoot better than Melo. You don't want to stunt this kid's growth either by paying these players to stay around like Devontae Graham. So I would stick with saying Terry Rozier will probably be traded, and they'll stick with Devontae Graham and LaMelo Ball. But it's gotta suck for Terry Rozier though, because he just didn't play well last year, and I think it had a lot to do with being rich. He was rich, so he looked rich. He got a tattoo on his neck. So yeah, all signs of bad decisions. Yeah.
I want to see what that feels like. I'd rather be rich and just see I'd rather do that feeling. I want to be rich.
What? You talking about the tattoo? Are you talking about just want to be rich? You ain't talking about the tattoo on the neck?
Nah, hell no. I'll let you do that. I ain't getting no tattoo on the neck. I'll let you get your tattoo on your neck.
I think that's it, man. Is that all the winners and losers of the 2020 NBA draft, man?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Ready to pack this thing up. That's another show, man.
Hey, can't y'all see Jay with a Supreme tattoo right here on this?
Supreme tat. So you call me a hype beast.
Let's go home.
No. Let's talk about it, Weezy. Let's talk about it, Weezy. So you call me a hype beast.
This is
coming from a guy. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a guy like Weezy.
Thank you for joining us.
Let me tell you real quick.
Please like and subscribe. Yeah. More importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
Follow the Patreon page. Go to YouTube. Like, subscribe.
Sure.
Go to iTunes. Give us those 5 stars. We appreciate everybody tuning in with us every week.
Look out for the newsletter. Patreon.
Yes. Patreon.
Yeah, y'all saved them, boy. Y'all saved them, man. Internet Full Sport Press giveaway. Linktree is provided in the IG page. Boy, they saved me, Weezy, because I was about to listen. Bus. Throw you right in. Woo, boy, they saved your ass, Mr. Postman. Tweet us with questions throughout the weekend. Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page. On the iTunes page, please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Weezy.
Everything paid for, baby.
Coach Lott.
Happy Thanksgiving. Get a drummer song.
You damn right, Coach. Goddamn, Coach. Jeff.
Camera's always on, brother.
Sure, man. The revolution will be podcasting. We are out.
Stay away from your old family members this weekend.
For sure,
Eat
man.
some
Love
good.
your loved ones, man. Happy Thanksgiving.
Eat some good mac and cheese, big baby.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast page. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend.
The revolution will be podcasted.